All right, so last time we did a deep dive on the TSSFL technology stack. Remember that? All those tools for education and research and business in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going even deeper.
Uh-huh.
Specifically, for all of our mobile and bank agents out there,
Okay.
we're focusing on the Wakala banking system,
Okay.
which is a key part in that whole TSSFL platform.
Yeah. Agency banking is really making a difference in Tanzania, bringing financial services to more people, especially in those communities that traditional banks have always been able to reach. And this system is designed to help you succeed.
Okay, so I've been looking at some internal TSSFL documents and some public data on financial transactions.
Hmm.
And it seems like the Wakala system lets agents do pretty much everything right. Cash deposits, withdrawals, bill
Yeah.
payments, even airtime top-ups.
Right. It's all in one place.
Mm.
And what's really impressive is how well it connects with all the major mobile money platforms in
Oh,
Tanzania.
yeah.
You've got Vodacom M-Pesa, Tigo Pesa, Airtel Money, Halo Pesa, all of them. Looking at these transaction reports, it's clear that TSSFL is serious about serving the Tanzanian market.
Okay, so these reports are fascinating.
Yeah,
They give a day-by-day breakdown of what agents are doing financially.
right.
And it's not just about the amount of money.
Uh-huh.
They have separate columns for things like capital infusion,
Yeah.
credit, debit, salaries, and even expenditures.
I see.
It's like a super in-depth look at an agent's financial health.
And that level of detail is so important for agents. If you're looking at your capital infusion column, for example, and you see a big jump on a certain day,
Okay.
it helps you understand why that happened. Maybe there was a seasonal boost in business or you took out a loan, and that can help you make better decisions about your operating capital.
Operating capital. I hear
Yeah.
that term a lot, but what does it actually mean when you're running an agency?
Basically, operating capital is what keeps your business going. It's the cash you need to have available to handle things like your cash flow, the commissions you pay, your expenses, and even your own salary. And the reports help you keep track of it all.
So if I notice that my expenses are increasing,
Mm-hmm.
I need to increase my income or figure out ways to cut costs, right? Just to make sure my operating capital stays healthy.
That's it. It's a balancing act.
This is starting to make a lot of sense.
Oh.
And get this, the reports themselves are generated using Python.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a whole Python class in the TSSFL platform just for financial data analysis.
Well, that's a really smart move. Python is great for working with numbers and spotting trends.
Right.
It's not just about creating the reports, but about taking those numbers and figuring out what they mean for your business so you can make better decisions.
So agents can use Python to understand how they're doing and even find new opportunities without getting bogged down by all that data.
Exactly. And the fact that TSSFL has built this into their Wakala system really shows that they want to give agents the best tools to succeed. It's great to have all this data,
Yeah.
but you have to actually use it to your advantage.
Right.
That's where Python comes in.
Okay, I got to be honest. I'm not exactly a programmer.
Uh-huh.
Can you explain how Python can help someone like me? Like in simple terms?
Sure. Let's say you're looking at your transactions for the past month.
Okay.
With Python, you can actually see that data visually. Instead of just rows and columns of numbers, you can create graphs.
Okay.
And those graphs can show you things like which days are your busiest
Interesting.
or which mobile money platform your customers prefer.
So I could see that like most of my customers use Tigo Pesa
Exact.
and that Tuesdays and Fridays are when I get the most withdrawals.
Right. And once you know that you can make smarter decisions,
Okay. Yeah.
maybe you decide to keep more cash on hand on those days.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Uh-huh. Or maybe you run a special promotion for Tigo Pesa transactions.
To bring in even more business.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. It's like having a built-in business advisor.
It is.
But hold on, we were talking about how the Wakala system works with all the different mobile money platforms.
Yes.
How does that actually work when you're using it?
Well, it makes everything much smoother.
Okay.
If you take a look at this part of the TSSFL documentation,
Mm-hmm.
it shows how the system has a different section for each platform. Vodacom, M-Pesa, Tigo Pesa, Airtel Money, and Halo Pesa.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Each section lets you record all the important details of a transaction.
The phone number, the amount, what kind of transaction it was.
And that's important because it means you can handle transactions from any of those platforms all in the same system.
So you don't have to switch back and forth between different programs.
Nope.
Wow.
And it makes it easier to keep all your data together.
That's got to save so much time.
It does.
And I bet it reduces the risk of making mistakes, too.
Definitely. When everything's in one place, it's just easier to manage.
Right. But it's more than just doing transactions, isn't it?
It is.
Because now you have all this data,
In one place.
and you can see all kinds of patterns.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what your customers are doing, what services are popular, and maybe even what new services you could offer.
Absolutely.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's not just convenience. It's about giving agents the tools to really understand their business and how they can grow.
That's the idea. And
Yeah.
speaking of growth, there's one feature we haven't talked about yet, the Forum for Agency Banking. That's part of the TSSFL technology stack.
Yeah. What about that? Is that just a place for agents to chat with each other?
It's much more than that.
Okay.
It's more like a central hub where agents from all over Tanzania can come together.
That's
They
it.
can share their knowledge and learn from each other's experiences.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Okay, I'm looking at this forum now, and wow, it really is like a one-stop shop for everything agency banking. There are threads on just about everything. Managing transactions, figuring the commissions, marketing strategies, even tips for dealing with customer complaints.
It's a great resource for practical advice and real-world experiences.
Yeah, you can find answers to common questions, get advice from experienced agents, even troubleshoot problems together.
It's exactly.
Like I see a post here from an agent who's having some trouble with their network connection,
Mhm.
and another agent is sharing a workaround they found. There's also a whole thread about creative marketing ideas to attract new customers.
Right. It's like having a whole team of mentors right there for you.
Exactly. And what I really like is that it's not just about the day-to-day stuff. There are discussions about bigger issues, too,
Oh, yeah.
like the impact of agency banking on financial inclusion and how it can help empower communities.
That's really important. It shows how technology can make a positive difference.
Yeah.
By connecting agents and giving them a shared purpose, TSSFL is helping to build a more inclusive and successful financial system for Tanzania.
It's great to see these agents using their businesses to make a real difference.
Hmm.
So the Wakala banking system isn't just about processing transactions.
No.
It's a whole ecosystem that supports agents every step of the way.
Exactly. And when you combine the data analysis from the system with the knowledge that's shared on the forum,
Yeah.
it's incredibly powerful.
Yeah. It seems like TSSFL has really thought of everything an agent needs to not just stay afloat, but to really grow in this market.
And one last thing to consider. Imagine taking all this knowledge and using it to predict future trends.
Interesting.
You could tailor your services to meet those new needs and position yourself as a leader in your community.
Wow.
The future of agency banking in Tanzania is bright, and with the Wakala banking system, you have the tools to make it even brighter.
So there you have it. Our deep dive into TSSFL's Wakala banking system, a platform that's designed to empower mobile and bank agents in Tanzania. From managing your day-to-day transactions to analyzing data and connecting with other agents, the possibilities really are endless. We encourage you to check out TSSFL and see how the Wakala banking system can help you take your agency business to the next level. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.